Hello and welcome to my review of Skyfall 2012. Skyfall is the 23rd movie in the James Bond franchise, and it's obviously the one that they used to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the whole franchise, which next year will be the 60th anniversary of the James Bond franchise. So yeah, enjoy that when it comes around. But this one, for me personally, is a special one because not only was Skyfall the first film in the franchise I saw in cinemas, it was also a film that I studied for GCSE film studies, so it's pretty important to me. It's obviously a masterpiece. I think it's just so well shot, directed, edited. Uh, the cinematography by I think it was Roger Deakins, if I remember correctly. I'm just going to look at the meme review. I still think it was Roger Deakins, but don't at me because he's a cinematography. Roger Deakins, the director of photography, is also Roger Deakins. I don't know. Anyway, this Skyfall cinematography, brilliant. Shot and edited, absolutely wonderful. Again, the editing is far superior to the editing of fucking Quantum of fucking Solace. You know what I fucking mean? But yeah, no, I just think there's so many good scenes. There's one of my favorite sequences in any Bond film, the sequence in the tube, in the underground. That's always a brilliant sequence to watch. I just think it's a brilliant sequence. The sequence on Silver's Island, that's fun. Sequence at Skyfall, that's fun. I just think it's full of incredibly good sequences. The pre-title sequences is among the best in the franchise, and obviously today on my Instagram I'm going to be putting up best pre-title sequence, and for me it's really between the What Is Not Enough and Skyfall, and I'm really finding it hard which to justify, and I'm edging towards Skyfall personally, but I don't 100% know. I just think Skyfall it represents a point in the franchise where there is just so... It's just so fucking good. I remember the first time I ever saw it. Again, it was the first time I saw it in cinema, and it wasn't in my hometown. It was actually in Brighton. I was on holiday with my family, and my aunt took me out to cinema that was close by, and we went to see. Obviously, it wasn't just that they picked Skyfall because it was a random film. Because I was a Bond fan then, just not as much as I am now, and I didn't know as much about the Bond stuff then than I did now. Obviously, that's nearly 10 fucking years ago. But yeah, I went out. We saw it in Brighton in a nice cinema. Had lots of fun with it. And I feel like I remember going at the back alley, which reminds me of Bruce Wayne being gay-mated by his parents. That's not what happened at all. But it just reminds me of that something. But yeah, no, I saw it in Brighton. It was lots of fun. I just think it is just such a brilliant film. It's the perfect film to celebrate 50th anniversary of the series, and it doesn't home in on the Easter eggs like Dawn of the Day did, but it also puts enough in there to remind you, the Bond theme's played several times. DB5 makes an appearance. Moneypenny returns. Q returns. It's a good mix of things, but yeah, I just think again, Q is brilliant. I think Ben Whishaw is like the second best Q in my opinion. Facts. Nothing against John Cleese, but I just obviously because Ben Wishaw's had a bit more screen time, he really leaves more of an impression. I just love one of my favourite scenes in the entire movie. Has to be when Bond and M are changing cars, and Bond says the problem with company cars is they all have trackers, and then he opens the door, turns the light on, and he goes no 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 no, and you see the DB5, and it's just I heard a lot of people when reading about it, comments online and stuff, that when that happened in the cinema, people stood up and cheered and clapped, and I can understand why, because that's just a moment in cinema history that's just... I remember reading a comment on a YouTube on a video of that moment saying, "This is where British cinema peaked. It's all down here for me." Yeah, and I probably can't really agree more with that. So it was such a great moment in the whole film, and it's just brilliant to see that absolute stellar moment. I think Skyfall it is There's so many good action sequences in it. I think the story is brilliant. I just really love Skyfall. It's so good. Skyfall is so well shot. Obviously, I studied it, so I have a much more in-depth knowledge of the shot types and the use of the cinematography and the lighting and the color palettes. Which obviously in Skyfall, there's a lot of different color palettes. Especially with the pre-title sequence, you've got that sort of yellowy, orangey tinge of color. Then you've got more greys and darker colors. Blue. There's just a little bit of blue in some parts as well. But yeah, it's very well shot. It's just such a brilliant film, and I just think everyone should watch it. It's an important film to me, which is why it's my third favourite Bond film of all time. Coming after Quantum of Solace, although I still enjoy Quantum of Solace, when Quantum of Solace came out, I was quite young when that film came out. I mean, around that time, one of the first films I saw in cinema was Spider-Man 3, so I have a soft spot for that film. I have soft spots for the baddest films, you know, which is really weird. But yeah, nowadays my room is filled with movies, Blu-rays. I have 2 shelves of Blu-rays, and Skyfall is one I have on Blu-ray twice, along with The World Is Not Enough, and for some reason, fucking Moonraker. But that's only because when I was in the Poundland, it was the only one there, so don't at me. In the but yeah, this film also has something that I think is just a very important part and a very brilliant thing, that it's one of the best film scores in the entire franchise, and it's obviously the first to be composed by your boy Thomas Newman, and some of the cues he uses in this film is so brilliant, and obviously the use of the Bond theme in several tracks is brilliant. But just to give you an idea, here's some of the standout tracks I've picked: Grand Bazaar, Istanbul, the pre-title track; Voluntary Retirement, which is the track that plays when M, obviously, he's been told that she's going to have to go into voluntary retirement. New Digs, which plays when they're moving into the New Digs. Brave New World, which is Shanghai. Breadcrumbs, which is obviously when he opens the door, and it's na 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 na. You know what I mean. It's that, and then Adrenaline, which is just a nice piece that I don't know where exactly that specific part is played in the film, but I know it's used quite that cue is used quite a few times in the film, and I'm happy that is so, because it's a good cue. I just have to admit, Thomas Newman's score here is so good, one of the more memorable scores of the franchise, and it's definitely much better than his work on Spectre. It feels just like a rehash of this score, which is a shame, because there's only really one track that I can really tell as a standout track for that score, whereas here, again, like I said, there's loads. I do recommend picking it up on CD, vinyl, blah, blah, blah. I only have one Bond score on vinyl, and that's Goldfinger, but that is going to change to be in Goldfinger and No Time to Die, although I do want to increase my vinyl collection, because I do love me a good fucking vinyl. I also bought the latest version of the Best of Bond James Bond compilation, you know, with all the themed songs. I bought that on vinyl, triple vinyl, which is fun, and the CD for that, so that's fun. Yeah, I do love me my Bond music, but yeah. Yeah, that's Skyfall is paying. It's just so fucking good. It's an important film to me. It's because of, like I've already said, not only was it the first I saw in the cinema, it's also one I studied at GCSE Film Studies. It's one of my favourite films of all time, period T, and I can not get enough of it. It's so good. It's so fun. I recommend it to everyone. Is it the best in the franchise? No. Is it nearly there? Very much so. There's no such thing as a perfect one film, but those top 5 films in my franchise, my top 5 films come as close as you can get to being a not even that. I would say top 10, but maybe not with the number 10 that I have. Maybe not with the number 10 that I have. I'd say my top 9 definitely comes close as possible to getting the best Bond films. Obviously, they are 9, Live and Let Die, 8, On a Match, 6, 7, The Spy Who Loved Me, 6, Casino Royale, 5, GoldenEye, 4, Goldfinger, 3, Skyfall, 2, The Living Daylights, and of course 1, your boy, the one, the only Thunderball. No, I'm joking. Of course, it's not Thunderball. It's License to Kill. So yeah, and hence why you see there that Skyfall was 3. But yeah, I just think Skyfall is just so good. It's an incredible film. I have it quite a few times. I do remember the whole 50th anniversary thing. I have the Bond 50 set on DVD, but it's broken and also missing. For some reason, it's missing Diamonds Are Forever and You Only Live Twice, so that's fun. Um, I don't know why. I also have another thing. I have a lot of things that came out around the 50th. I also have the James Bond Encyclopedia, which is fun. I also have the Top Gear 50th Anniversary Special, which is fun. And they're doing a new episode about Bond cars now, which is fun. And I also have the Everything or Nothing documentary, which is a great documentary that I recommend everyone watches, by the way. Good fun. I also recommend picking up the Best of Bond James Bond, the latest version, because don't pick up the old one because it only goes up to Quantum of Solace. So I recommend picking up the new one when it releases on. At the moment, as far as I'm aware, it's still releasing on April 2nd, 2021, and it has everything from Doctor No all the way through to No Time to Die, with the song from No Time to Die. So that's fun. It's been, again, like I said, we're coming to the very end of this whole James Bond retrospective review. I'll go even more in depth into that Inspector, but I just want to say it's been a blast. It's been fun. I've been enjoying reviewing these films again, and especially with the film perspective. Just it's been lots of fun. And obviously MCU next, Mission Impossible, even Fast and Furious is one I'm thinking of going on, and then obviously as well the other comic book movies and the DC films as well. Another one I'm trying to go for, which would be fun, the DC Extended Universe, which I have access to all of those films now, with the exception of Wonder Woman 1984, so I'll have to find a way to access that. Obviously soon I'll lose access to Zack Snyder's Justice League. But yeah, have a wonderful day, guys. In the description you have Letterboxd review, Linktree, podcast on YouTube, podcast on SoundCloud, podcast, Woven Wolfie, Linktree, and then obviously today this is a triple upload, second of 3. The second review, I'm recording this directly after I recorded the Quantum of Solace one, so enjoy that. And then this evening I'm going to sit down, I might even do it during the day, and then literally just wrap this whole thing up by the end of the day, so I might get 4 uploads, who knows. But yeah, Spectre review, have fun with that, and bye-bye.